up. He knows where he wants to go with the ball. Now watch him just, boom, ball's just gone. Right on the money. And, of course, you can see the flag on Miller.
Corey Widmer back in the game at middle linebacker for the Giants. Bailey was in the last series. First down on the Eagle 46. In play action, Cunningham gets hit, and his pass is ruled complete by Calvin Williams. And a first down, a pickup of 17 more yards.
Well, that's well done by Cunningham. Watch the pressure by Dillard right here. He's going to just take Davis and just power him. One of the problems Anton Davis has been having is a power rush. He gets to Cunningham, gets the smack on him, but watch where the ball is. Right where it has to be, low and outside for the completion.
Williams did a terrific job in dragging both feet to stay in bounds. And the Eagles driving of a first down on the Giant 37. Total yards almost even now. Hebron almost got stopped behind the line by Hamilton and gets forward and picks up about 5 yards. And the clock has run down as Mike Fox makes the tackle. And that is the end of the first quarter here at Giant Stadium with the score. The New York Giants 14, the Philadelphia Eagles nothing. Second quarter, along with Matt Millen, this is Dick Stockton, and tell you what, Dave Brown's got to have a world of confidence because his team leads by 2 touchdowns, and that secondary as well. A little pressure off the Giants.
Yeah, they're playing well, and I think they've come out and they've got a little confidence going, something to build on.
Second down and 4 for the Eagles on the 31-yard line of the Giants. Cunningham chased by Hamilton. Fires downfield to Calvin Williams, incomplete. He was covered down there by Philippi Sparks.
Well, you know, the big play that got him that 14-point lead was Meggett's return. Now, what Meggett brings, you know, a lot of things, but he also brings confidence. What I want you to watch is not only Meggett. Now, watch the people on the sideline. They know it right away. Ball's in Meggett's hands. Something special is going to happen. And once he's down the sideline, of course, he does make that special happen. Why, you know, the worst thing that could ever happen is for a punter to get in a position to have to be the only guy. On the other side of the sideline, the whole Philadelphia Eagle team is going, uh-oh,
their first team.
Our punter is our last hope.
And the Eagles have called a timeout, their first of this first half.
If you're looking for the only car with the 270 horsepower North Star system that travels 100,000 miles between scheduled tune-ups and accommodates 6 adults, you'll find it at this number. $499 a month for 24 months with $2,400 down. Cadillac DeVille Concours, creating a higher standard.
Take a deep breath. Count to 10. And get ready.
What is going on here?
To take the fall. Charlie Sheen.
Are you out of your mind? Yes! Yes, I am!
Nastasha Kinski.
Have you stopped this thing?
Terminal Velocity, rated PG-13. Starts Friday, September 23rd at a theater near you.
Fresh beer has a lot of enemies. One of those is heat. That's why we insist that every Coors distributor has a refrigerated warehouse. Another enemy is time. So we put a date on every package to help us ensure the beer you buy meets our freshness standards. When you live and work out here, freshness is something you might take for granted. We don't.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Cadillac and your Cadillac dealer, creating a higher standard. By Dr. Pepper and your local Dr. Pepper bottler. Dr. Pepper is just what the doctor ordered. By Taco Bell, tacos, burritos, and nachos. Cross the border. And by Miller Lite. Great taste, less filling. Can your beer do this?
Beautiful day at Giant Stadium, and Matt Millen, I would think the Eagles trailing by 2 touchdowns in Giant territory. They should come up with something here if they're going to hang in there.
Yeah, well, the main thing they can't come up with is pressing. They've got to remain patient and not try to force something.
This is a free play for Cunningham, and the pass is caught to the yard line by Fred Barnett. Philippi Sparks has got to be upset. The penalty was against the Giants. It'll be declined. 29-yard gain, and the Eagles threatened big time.
If that didn't look like the Fred Barnett of old, nothing did.
Defense, number 74, offside. Penalty is refused. First down.
The two things they always remember: if Cunningham got in trouble, he was always going to Barnett, and he was always going to throw the ball high because this is an acrobatic receiver. Now he's coming off a knee injury, Barnett, and he shows no signs. Look at this. Great concentration, great body position, uses his size to make the catch.
And that was on a free play, so the Eagles, who trail 14-0, and Barnett back in action, reunited with Calvin Williams at wide receiver. First and goal at the 2. Joseph is used as a tight end, and the pass intended for Mark Bavaro, who came out of the game briefly with a hamstring pull, was the intended receiver, and the Giants put good pressure on Cunningham.
Well, Cunningham, if he would have had a little time, that would have been 6, but the reason that he didn't was because Corey Miller comes right up inside, and he's going to get pressure on Cunningham, which will force Cunningham, right here with the fake, forces him to throw it early and doesn't allow Bavaro to get out and clear.
Second and goal at the 2-yard line for the Eagles. This time another play fake. Cunningham pressured again. Miller is after him, and the pass is thrown away. Corey Miller once again putting the pressure on Randall Cunningham.
Nowhere to throw the football. Everybody was covered. Cunningham had to improvise. Miller again with the pressure forced the play. Watch the play action. He pulls it out. He looks nowhere to throw the football. Now he rolls to his left, but there's no receivers anywhere. The only thing he sees is Miller coming for the smack.
And now the Eagles are going to go back to their wideouts as Barnett and Williams check in. Corey Miller was the outstanding linebacker for the Giants in preseason. Third and goal at the 2. And the Giants signal for a timeout right before the snap.
Timeout.
And that's the Giants' first timeout, and fortunately they got the call before the play was run. We'll be back.
This guy right here, Michael Brooks, decides to call a timeout because they got 13 guys in here, and they made a personnel change on defense. Not enough people got out, so Brooks makes the timeout. It was a good call.
Mike Nolan, the defensive coordinator of the Giants, who now face a third and goal at the 2 from the Eagles, who have their wideouts in. Cunningham nearly tripped coming out, and he'll be stopped at the 3-yard line, and Eric Howard was there to make the play, and that will bring 4th down for the Eagles. Looked like Cunningham had tripped a bit.
He came out from under the center, and it looked like he tripped. Maybe somebody stepped on him. Let's look. No, right there. See, his foot gets caught in the turf, and then right here, he knows he's in trouble, so he just goes down. So the timeout turns out to be a pretty big deal. See how the turf right there just grabs his foot and he overextended.
Eddie Murray, who kicked for the world champion Cowboys, will be attempting a 22-yard field goal. And Murray's kick is good. And the Philadelphia Eagles, early here in the second quarter, get on the scoreboard. The Giants still lead, however, 14-3 over the Eagles. Are being provided by the MetLife blimp Snoopy 1. The MetLife blimp typically cruises at a speed of 35 miles per hour and an altitude of 1,200 feet. And a terrific look at sold-out Giant Stadium. Here to see two teams, and practically everyone seems to think that this game will set the tone, perhaps, for both of these teams in the NFC East race.
I think that's a good assessment, Dick, and I think there were a couple questions that had to be answered by the New York Giants. It was on their defense. Were their linebackers going to be strong enough, and was their secondary going to hold up? And I think really both of those questions have been answered through the first part of this game. Corey Whitmer making a couple of big stops in the third and short, and Corey Miller putting pressure on down along the goal line.
Kick is taken by Meggett at the 15. And he is buried just shy of the 30-yard line. So the Giants get the ball, and you make a good point, because the question wasn't so much about Dave Brown coming into the game. He was very poised in preseason. It was the Giant defense.
Yeah, it was. And, because Giant defense has really carried this team for forever. And right now they're in a good position because Brown can go back and just start handing the ball off and get his confidence as it goes. And really, he's looked pretty good so far. He had the one interception, but he's come right back. He knows where he wants to go with the ball, and I think he's pretty confident.
Said that his best advice has come from Phil Simms, who was let go by the Giants. And they have stayed in touch. First down on the 30. Here's Rodney Hampton. Breaks a couple of tackles, and it's vintage Rodney Hampton as he gains 8 yards on the play. Michael Zordich, the new strong safety, on the tackle. Dave Meggett with a sparkling 68-yard touchdown punt return. He also recovered a fumble to set up the Giants' first score. The Eagles have outgained the Giants, but the Giants took advantage of a Philadelphia turnover and 14-3 to score with 13 minutes to go in the first half. Second down and 2. And it's Hampton. Good fake. Faked everyone but the Eagle defense, and a loss on play with Fuller leading the way.
William Fuller certainly wasn't faked out. And you know what you're seeing right now, the Eagles have a sense of urgency. They know their defense has to start making big plays, stopping them. I mean, really, they've done that to date. They've held them to 51 total yards through this point in the quarter and a half, rather. And they're going to have to make big plays if they're going to have to get back into this game.
But Carson, who is like a magic potion going into opposing teams each week with the kind of defenses he comes up with. You knew he would try to pressure Brown. Meggett is in the game. 4 wideouts on 3rd and 7. Bobble to snap to Brown. Gets rid of it. And Marshall makes the catch. What a gutty catch by Arthur Marshall. And that'll be good enough for a Giant first down. Talk about Ed Lebb and Otis Smith, the nickel back on the tackle.
Yeah, well, watch Byron Evans coming up the middle on the blitz. You're going to see the bad snap. Now, right at the end, watch, he's going to take a shot, but he stays with the receiver. Ball right there on the money. Marshall comes back to the ball. Nice catch.
That showed a lot of presence for Dave Brown on that play. First down on the Giant 44. And the fridge got too close to the stove.
Well, he got everything back except that last third.
90, defense, 5 yards, still first down.
Watch the fridge. Now, he's trying to be cute. He's trying to do his Fred Flintstone Twinkle Toes move. And he gets right here, but look, right at the end, you know, he can get most of it back. But guess what couldn't come back right there? See that? That just quite couldn't get back.
You know, with that midriff, it doesn't take much to touch the helmet of the center.
Look at that. Brian Williams' helmet is still there.
First and 5 following the penalty. Mike Sherrard at the top of your picture. Penalty flag again. Brown is going to Callaway, who's wide open. And Callaway will run it in. And if it's against the Eagles, it'll be a Giant touchdown. And a roar will go up depending on the call.
Defensive end, number 94, offside. Penalty is refused. Touchdown.
51 yards.
Well, he knows he has the free play. Jumps up now. No, look at that. Fridge gets some pressure, hits him right in the face. He lost the ball out. McMillan bites on the pattern. They double moved him, went up. Callaway, 6 points.
And the Giants in front now 20-3. Chris Callaway, who beat out Mark Jackson for the starting job this year. And man, according to the Giants, has a defensive mentality as a wide receiver, just like a linebacker, like my partner, or maybe. Simon Moore. Treadwell's kick is good. And the Giants and Dave Brown lead the Eagles now 21-3.
Now watch Fridge. He throws Roberts to the side. See, right there the fake. That gave him the double move. That's when Callaway on the other end made McMillan bite. You remember earlier in the game, McMillan read the pattern and jumped it the first time. and got the interception. So they came right back to him, went with the pump, and he knew immediately.